Also, would you like us to sit or stand? Because,
Whatever you prefer.
okay, okay, so, in the United States, we are facing a major problem. Our state standardizing testing is extremely low, and by our own standards, we are failing. This is why we, the affirmative, strongly agree with the resolution, quote, public schools are inadequately preparing students for later life. We, the affirmative, value education and believe that the public education system is not properly educating students. We, the affirmative, will provide the following contentions. Schools are not effectively teaching ELA, math, and history, and teachers aren't preparing students for college. We would like to provide the following voting criteria to help determine who wins. We believe that ultimately we need to focus on Washington and the U.S. The reasoning is simple. We live here. Washington is failing to contention number one. Washington is failing to educate students for ELA, math, and science. According to OSPI, Washington State Report Card, only 48% of students on average in all grades passed the Math SBA and 61% passed the ELA. By their own standards, states are failing to teach us ELA, math, and science. They're failing by their own standards. So if teachers can't even teach us Common Core, how can we expect them to prepare us for college and later life? Contention number two. Students are feeling unprepared for college. As many as 40% of high school graduates are not prepared for, quote, the challenges of employment and post-secondary education according to Achieve.org. But students need a college education for later life. 35% of job openings will require at least a bachelor's degree. 30% of job openings will require some college or an associate's degree, but only 36% of job openings will not require an education beyond high school, and 70% of Americans will study a four-year college, but less than 2/3 will graduate. So if only 36% of jobs don't require don't require a degree beyond high school, and 40% of students feel, quote, unprepared for college and post-secondary education, and you aren't taught what you need for college, how are you supposed to graduate and get a degree than a job? And now for the remainder of my time, I would like to attack my opponent's case. So my opponents value education, and they say that education is obviously on their side. However, it isn't, because I have clearly stated that teachers are failing to teach on their own standards. They're failing to teach Common Core, which if they can't do that, how can we expect them to prepare us for things like that we'll need in later life, like balancing a checkbook or doing all of these things that schools won't teach us to do but will need in later life. And also, to strengthen what I just said, in my second contention, I stated that high school students were feeling, quote, unprepared for college, and if you're feeling unprepared for college, or really anything, you are doubting yourself, and you have a higher possibility of failure, and only 36% of jobs will not require a education beyond high school. So if you're failing in college, how are you supposed to get a job in later life? It's for this reason that we, the affirmative, strongly encourage you to vote.